discussing first perpendicular lines and perpendicular bisectors. What are perpendicular lines? See here. This is line AB. This is line CD. This is line AB and this is line CD. These lines are intersecting lines. Here, this is the point of intersection. Intersection means intersecting lines means meeting together. Meet at a point. Here, this is the point. See here, in between the lines. What is the angle measure? Here is 90 degree, we know. Here also 90 degree. Here 90 degree. Here also 90 degree. So, we can say line CD is perpendicular to line AB. Once more, AB and CD are intersecting lines. The angle between two lines is 90 degree. So that we can say line CD is perpendicular to AB or line AB is perpendicular to CD. We can write it as CD perpendicular to line CD is perpendicular to line AB. Here line CD is perpendicular to AB or line AB is perpendicular to CD. We can write it as line AB. Line AB is perpendicular to line CD. These are perpendicular lines. See here the angle between the lines are 90 degree. These are perpendicular lines. Or we can say the alphabet T. Alphabet T. How it is? See here 90 degree. So this also perpendicular line. Or the letter E. Here also make an angle 90. Okay, you can find like these examples. Next, perpendicular bisector. What is a perpendicular bisector? See here. This is line PQ. This is line MN. Line PQ and MN are intersecting lines. They are the point of intersection is O. Name it as O. Point of intersection O. So, here the lines PQ and MN are perpendicular lines because the angle between them, that is angle between the lines, 90 degree. So, these are perpendicular lines. So, we can write it as line MN perpendicular to line PQ. Then, or we can say that line PQ perpendicular to line MN. Then, what is perpendicular bisector? See here. Does MN divides PQ into two equal parts? Check it. That is, if OP equal to 4 cm, then OQ is equal to 4 cm, we can say that MN divides PQ into two equal parts. Or we can say MN is a perpendicular bisector. MN is a perpendicular bisector. That is, MN divides PQ into two equal parts, that is OP and OQ. Example for perpendicular bisector is, we said before, this is alphabet T because this line bisect this line. That means here equal length. If you are writing T like this, okay, this is a perpendicular bisector. Or the letter E, how can we do? See the letter E, that is this line divides the line into two equal parts. So this also a perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector means perpendicular lines divides into two equal parts. The construction you can learn later. The last class we have discussed about triangles. Now we are discussing quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals are polygons. These are simple closed curve made up of four line segments. These are quadrilaterals. First is rectangle, square, parallelogram, rhombus, trapezium. We can draw this easily using set squares. See, these are set squares. See the set squares? These are set squares. Here the angle measures 90 degree, 45 degree, 45 degree. The other one is 90 degree, 60 degree and 30 degree. These are two set squares. Using these two, you can draw these all very easily. How can we draw? Two set squares keeping like this. Two set squares keeping like this. We can draw very easily. Okay. Then a square we can draw using this. This is 90 degree, 45 degree and 45 degree. Okay. You can draw this parallelogram using this. That is 90, 30 and 60. Using two set squares you can draw parallelogram. Then rhombus. How can we draw rhombus? Using four set squares. Which set square? Here 90, 45, 45. Using these four you can draw a rhombus. Here a trapezium. The trapezium you can draw using three set squares. Okay. In textbook page number 106 you can see how to draw these quadrilaterals using set squares. Once more I say, these are quadrilaterals. We can draw these quadrilaterals using set squares. See here, you can keep like these set squares and draw. Here also, this, okay. Here also, like this. This is using four set squares, like this. Four set squares. Here is three set squares. Using three set squares you can draw a trapezium. We have seen polygons with four sides are called quadrilaterals. If it is five sides, what we can say? That is pentagon. Polygon with five sides, that is pentagon. Five sides, this is a pentagon. Then if it is six sides, what is hexagon? See, this is a hexagon. like this. If it has 7 sides, we can say heptagon. If it has 8 sides, we can say octagon. So, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon and octagon. We have seen a 3-sided polygon is called a triangle. If it has 4 sides, we can say quadrilateral. If it has 5 sides, it is a pentagon, 6 sides hexagon, 7 sides heptagon, 8 sides octagon. Is it clear? These are about 2D shapes or plane shapes. Now we are discussing 3D shapes. 3D shapes or solid shapes. We have seen that. Which are the solid shapes? Cube. Cube. Then cuboid, cylinder, cube, cuboid, cylinder, cone and sphere. That we know these are solid shapes, or we can say 3D shapes. This is a cube. Cube has edge, face and vertex. See, cube has edge, face and vertex. Then cuboid also has edge, face and vertex. Cube and cuboid has straight edge. Cylinder, cone and sphere have curved edge. See these 3D shapes. This is a prism. This is a prism. This has a triangular base. This is the base. Triangular base. So this is called triangular prism. Then this is called a pyramid. Pyramid. That is, the base is a square. So, square pyramid. This is called a square pyramid. This is a triangular prism. These are 3D shapes.